Everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. We're back with another live stream. It's 3:30 p.m. Central. We post a live stream or do post a video every day, 3:30, half an hour after close. Definitely appreciate everyone who waited for the stream or who are on there. Alex, we are live. We just got live right now. If you're here right now, say what up. What's going on, everyone? I was talking to Logic a little bit earlier today when he was waiting for that. Alex, I see you. Jeff, I see you. What's going on? What's up, Alex? But yeah, what a crazy day. And I actually had this video planned where I wanted to talk about how to be a profitable options trader. And I actually, the way this day ended up perfect for this video. So if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. If you want to get notifications for these videos, when these live videos come out or when we post a video, hit that little bell button down there below. What's going on, JC? Logic, what's up? Ahmed, Linda, what's going on? Brian K, what's up? So kind of like what I've been doing lately for these live streams is I've been kind of going through my spiel a little bit in the beginning, just for people that watch it later, and then towards the end, I'll be taking questions. Maureen, what's up? Crypto Slice, how you doing? Nice to see everyone here. If you're new here, welcome. We have a great community here. If you're part of our free options trading group, actually the link is below. If you're not yet a member, I post all my trades in there, kind of what I did today. Pretty much throughout the day, I'll update it. Cameron, what's going on? Christopher, what's up? Some new faces here, some old faces, and I definitely appreciate everyone that's joined onto this channel. We're about like 50 subscribers away from 3,000, which is huge for me. I mean, that's just crazy. So kind of go over today. S&Ps were down, Dow was down, NASDAQ was down. However, all these were green. I mean, at the end of the day here, we dropped almost 30 points, so like 27 from the 27 to 28 points here at the end here on the S&Ps. Cameron Mosey joined yesterday, finishing the red today. I'm sure there's a lot of people that finished red today. And what I want to talk about is how to be a profitable options trader. My opinions and stuff may not be very popular, but it's what's worked for me. So I'm gonna kind of relate that to you. When you talk about options and being profitable, like what does that really look like to you? What does it look like to be a profitable options trader? It's like some people are like, oh, I want to make $100,000 a year, and some people are like, hey, I just want to make an extra $100 a month. Like I don't want. Yeah, I'm just trying to make a little bit of money here because, I'm in trouble, I'm broke, I'm not doing great. If I can make $100 a month or $20 a week, I mean, that's perfect. Fills up my gas in my car, that's great. And somebody like, no, we're going to be options trader millionaires. I mean, if that's your goal, good for you. It's really up to you on what you want to do and what the size of your account is to trade with. And to be a profitable options trader really comes down to a couple things. One being your personality. Are you more of a person who likes things to happen fast, or do you like things to happen gradual over time? And it also depends on how much time you have to spend on it. If you're at home most of the time during market hours, you have different opportunities than you are if you have a 9-to-5 job and you have to work 9 to 5 and you miss all market hours. You were going to be putting on some different trades. So being a profitable options trader, you have to understand those things, and also your personality. Are you like the nervous type? Are you the greedy type? What you should really concentrate on is write down on a piece of paper what kind of person you are, and then that will kind of help you determine what kind of risk you can set yourself up for. Sammy says, as long as I'm green 3 times out of 5, I am happy. Yeah, green is good. Stay green. And I'm going to kind of go through, some of the things I did today to stay profitable. And when it comes down to options, there's a lot, like they call them options for a reason. There's a lot of things you can do with them. You can buy calls, you can buy puts, you can sell puts, you can sell calls, you could put an iron condor on, you could do a butterfly, you can do a strangle. You want to buy a strangle, you want to short a strangle, and really what it comes down to is really what are you good at? Like a lot of people aren't good at buying premium or buying options. A lot of people aren't good at shorting options. You know, so it's best to what you're better off doing is paper trading and figuring out what you're good at. Instead of exposing yourself in your own capital, you say, "Oh, I lost $1,000 this week," and I've seen people lose 5,000, 10,000. You know, like it's nothing because they're putting their own capital at risk when they're not ready to trade in the market. Like as you can see today, we had some pretty aggressive rips and dips here. I mean, it ripped up pretty nice. You know, looked like it filled this gap up here, and then it actually reversed and filled this gap over here. So, like in the market, you never know what's going to happen, especially like people that were holding SPY, that were long SPY. You know, looks like it could have bounced here. Looks like we had some consolidation, and then it was bouncing up today before the Fed announcement. But in the market, anything can happen. So setting yourself up as a profitable trader, you have to understand that anything can happen in the market. I mean, hopefully nothing bad happens, but somewhere in the world something bad happens, and it could affect our market, the U.S. markets. You know, things like 9/11 happen. All those kind of things. Like things happen that you can't foresee. Like, you know, don't get angry that this happened today. But you should have been prepared. You should have said, "Oh, I know that the Fed announcements is coming out at 1 p.m. Central or 2 p.m. Central time. I should know that is going to happen." If you know that's going to happen, you should say, "Is my account in a good place to take a hit, or is it a good place if I'm short? Is it a good place if this thing really rips?" So you have to understand those events that are going to happen, and is your account in a good place? Are you able to withstand the blast or recover the losses if all those trades go against you? And sooner or later, when you put a trade on, like I put a bunch of trades on yesterday, and they were all kind of down like $1, $2, $5, nothing really huge. But at some point, a position is going to go against you. You know, I would say more than 50% of the time, it's going to go negative. It's going to go negative at least once. I mean, whether you're down $1 or 50 cents or whatever the case is, it's going to go negative. So you have to understand how to balance that out. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, crazy emotions, knowing yourself. Agreed, Jeff. Crypto says all my profit come from one lane call illustrator that need more tuning. So Crypto Slice, I definitely think that you're onto something. Is just keep fine-tuning your strategy, because even if you get good at something and the market shifts, that strategy that you were profiting from before may not work any longer. So always try something new, but when you're trying something new, don't put your own capital at risk. You know, a bunch of people are joining the stream right now. If you're here, say what's going on. Say what's up. On Facebook, I try to really connect with each and every one of you and try to, so if you want to join our options trading group, I try to comment and talk to everybody. I do respond to all my messages. You can also hit me up on Instagram and Twitter as well, outside of the live streams here that I do. If you want to get in touch, I try to get to know everybody. But what I did today actually was kind of crazy, because I was actually gone all day today. And if you were I put a post out, I actually put in our option trading group, I put I only did one trade at open. I bought Nike $85 calls for this week, and looks like it would have worked out fine. I was up. I only bought them for like 20. What did I buy them here this morning? What did we do here? Oh, that was. So this morning I bought this call for 22 cents. Nike, it went up to like 45 and then it came back down. I think I'm still up on that position. I'm up on it. Where are we? Nike. I'm up $3.50. So not great. I mean, I was up like 25 bucks on it, but you know, it took a little bit of a hit here towards the end of the day. Alex said he's joined the Facebook group. Don't see any posts. It's definitely in there. I can send you the link after that. I can look you up in there. I can shoot you a message. But I did post all my trades in there. And then the other trade that I had on actually was Teva, T-E-V-A. I've been bag holding this for about a week. So I put this on over a week ago, and today it opened, it dropped here. Probably could have made a lot more money, but yesterday it was down about 50%. I was down on it 50% and actually came back into profitable. I only made $14 on it today, but I was able to close out for a green. So that's how you can kind of mitigate risk. Like, instead of, to become a profitable trader, instead of saying, hey, it's going to go lower, like, you know, I was given a gift today that this dropped here at open, and this was down 50% for the last week. And it finally came in where I was profitable, $14. I'm not going to get greedy with that, because at any moment this could have went, you know, definitely reversed back up to 25, and I would have been in a losing position again. So, you know, when you're to be a profitable trader, you always have to calculate your risk. You know, when you put a trade on, you think, okay, what's going to happen when I put this trade on? And a lot of the times what you want to happen doesn't happen. Like, if I wanted this just to drop lower just because of my position, if it recovered the other way, it would have went against me. So when you're making trades or putting on trades, taking out trades, you always have to think about what happens if this position goes against me. And I actually played some defense today here into close. I actually had a put credit spread on Tesla, and we had a great day today. Tesla just ripped right up, and, you know, we went from 300s to 313. And I should have probably closed it up here, but I wasn't really thinking it doesn't expire. The credit spread didn't expire till yesterday, and, you know, not a whole lot of premium came in because that IV didn't really go down that much. You know, I was still holding that. But as soon as I started seeing, I actually started selling I actually sold it on this drop here, and then when the S&Ps went negative for the day, I actually started to get more aggressive with my defense move. So I actually I put this position on for $1.20 credit, and I bought it back for 91 cents. So I made $29 on that. So, you know, I made 25% on there, so I can't complain. But really, I wasn't trying to make a whole lot of money today. I was really just trying to minimize my risks, and I was really trying to save my account, because this was a bullish put spread. So if this came back down and I started losing money, you know, you can always put another position on. So I was just trying to save my gains and also protect my account from any losses. So that's, even if they're small gains, the losses could have easily got eaten away if this dropped as much as the market was going here. And then one of the more interesting plays, I think, was Alibaba. I actually have, let me put this on here, and I wish I actually closed out at open. So I had a strangle on, so I had the 160 put and the 167.50 call. And it was actually up about 50% this morning after it ripped up here, and then it just came down flat down. So when things kind of die down, you know, IV kind of contracts and options get a little cheaper because there's no volatility, nothing was really happening, and then we started to drop. So what I did, instead of, because my position, I was like break even almost on that position, so I'm like, well, I don't want to take it off. I'm still protected on the puts. I'm still protected on the calls. My target was actually 170, and I thought that we were going to get there today based on the momentum, and we really just didn't. And what happened here? Instead of taking the position off, I actually bought one more put here. I bought the 162.50 puts. They were actually going, last price was 60 cents. I bought them for, what did I buy it for? Alibaba, where are you? Actually, it's easier to go here. Alibaba, I bought it for 46 cents. So I'm up like 15, I'm up like 15 cents on that. So I bought it for 14 cents. So close out at like 60. I bought it for 46. So I'm up like that. So what I did here was a purely defensive play. Is if it goes up to 170, it will cover the price of these puts. But if it goes down to 162, 160, yes, I'll lose this, but then I'll make, I'll kind of double up here. So that's how I kind of play some defensive maneuvers during this to stay profitable. And I actually closed up, I closed up like 63 bucks on the day. Not huge, but considering the events, we actually survived. So I collected some realized profits. So I brought in Teva and I brought in Tesla, and then I put on some new plays, and then I actually was going to trade this yesterday, which I should have, was Goldman Sachs. I was actually looking to trade here when it was 232. I just wasn't really expecting that big of a drop, so I added a strangle on Goldman Sachs today as well. So I bought the at close. So for like, let's see here, for 57 cents, I got the 232.50. I got the 232.50 call and the 225 put. So right now we're at 228. Well, it closed at 228.88. It's at 229 after hours. So, to stay profitable, you always got to kind of constantly adjust and know your personality and know what kind of risk you can handle. So that's really what I wanted to cover. I'm going to go through some of these messages here and see what's going on. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to be going through all of this. We got quite a few people tuning in right now, so I'm going to go through, what's going on here. Cameron says he still feels good about the trades today over time. Good, yeah. To be profitable, it's always about realigning your portfolio. So things always happen outside the scope or outside of what you think that's going to happen, and that's okay. Just as long as you can realign. Like the examples I showed you today, I didn't really make that much money, but I realigned my portfolio so that way when those trades do work out, I'm going to make some decent cash. Greg held his GE puts too long. Sorry, man. GE's been a heartbreaker this year, and mostly short, I believe. GE, I don't know. I think most people gave up trading GE. So if you're making money in there, congrats. So we got a couple Camerons. Who wants to be called Cam? Who wants to be called Cameron? So lesson of the day: sell the spike. Yeah, take risk off. If you know a big event's coming off and you're profitable, take the risk off. If you're short right now and you're profitable short, take the risk off. This could easily, tomorrow, headlines could easily be, hey, it wasn't so bad, things will be okay, and this is back up 100, 200 points. So it happens over and over and over again. So, people get scared, robots get scared, and that's what happens. And then sooner or later, the next day it comes out, or 2 days from now, like the trade war, the tariffs weren't as bad as originally thought, Dow up 200 points, and then screws the shorts. So just understand what you're dealing with here. Bobo, during my first week, I made 1K trading options trading. However, I lost 60% of the gain this week. I need option screener. Can you help me out? Actually, I do have a option screener that I did put together in a video for Thinkorswim. I don't know what kind of platform you're on for a screener. Crypto Vins holding Facebook calls. What strike you got, man? Facebook call. Let's see what we got for Facebook. Facebook, I was actually looking at trading yesterday, and I missed my entry here. Down in here I was actually hoping it was going to level out down in here in the low 160s, and then it just ripped up. So then I was like, I'm not going to chase. So I know that my personality, when I chase, I lose. So if that's you and you chased, you might have made money today, but I know that I left some money on the table here. Facebook, I still like in terms of a value play. The 1 year chart's still looking bullish here. Whether it's got to really break this 170 though. We got to get above 170 here, and then we got to worry about 180. 180's it's going to be tough. Will we see Facebook at 200 again this year? I don't know. Let's see here. With the Fed announcements, do you think tomorrow will be bearish? Honestly, I don't know, because the way the market treated the Fed announcement came out, it ripped up. It ripped up from 29.22. That's only like 10 points. So it ripped up like 10 points, and then it dropped like 30. So the way it's set up right now, it's set up to be bearish, but it could, like I said, CNBC News alerts could say, oh, it's not that bad, get over it, and It really depends on what people are trading and what the big boys are trading there. Sammy says, "What's your average trade daily?" I'm not sure what that means. Are you talking about what risk I trade, or are you talking about how many contracts? Okay, Cam. We got Cameron Mosey is going to be called Cam. All right, man. Abel, glad to see you, man. Glad that you're joining this. Matthew, he panic sold INTC, put ripped up, but feeling good about my lesson in the future. So is that Intel? I don't really like to trade Intel, but yeah. But looks like there's been some decent two-sided action here, but mostly looking like we're heading down after all-time highs here. I know they're going to have some. I know the issue is AMD and some of their competition. So, but yeah, this actually looks pretty bearish to me. It's descending here. Maybe around 44, 40, 43, maybe get a bounce, but it does look bearish to me. Linda sold Baba call this morning, came out ahead, but got my message from Robinhood that I can, but my sell call order. What does this mean? You sold your Baba call, so I'm guessing you sold the call. You put the order in, but was it filled? Did you get a notification saying that it was filled? Like, you could put orders in, but if it's not for the price that the market is willing to accept or someone willing to buy it for, it didn't get filled, and then at the end of the day, it got canceled. Is what I'm guessing happened. So CryptoFin, he's got the 175 calls on Facebook for 1019. Yeah, I mean, I like where Facebook is going right now. Like I said it, but I'd be worried if it doesn't clear this 170 here. If it doesn't clear this 170, I'd be worried. I mean, it hit 169.30. It didn't really drop a whole lot. I mean, it dropped a couple bucks, but it was up like $4 on the day, which is pretty large for Facebook. Facebook usually doesn't move that much typically in a day. And I think that maybe I might even get on a little trade here if there's opportunity. I've been looking at Facebook, but I haven't pulled the trigger. I actually am I'm a Facebook shareholder. That I've been holding for a few years. Thoughts? Logic says thoughts on AMD only down like $4. So AMD, I was actually looking at a trade in there, but since I was gone, I actually have this chart up, but you guys can't see it because my face is blocking it. AMD, like I was telling you guys like yesterday, AMD volatility is coming down to AMD because it's not going anywhere, which is good because if you're buying premium, it's better because you're going to get some cheaper options. However, how long is this going to go on for? Is this going to go on for a day? Is it going to go on for a week? Is it going to go on for a month? Is it going to consolidate here for 2 months? That's the only concern, is how long is it going to consolidate here before choosing a bullish or bearish direction. Right now the range is getting tighter. We're bouncing between 32 and 33 here, 31 and 33. Hasn't broke the 34 in a while. We almost broke it. We almost broke it yesterday, but yesterday was tough on AMD because I know people were buying the dip, and then it was actually lower today before recovering about $1. So right now I would say it needs, for me to trade AMD, it needs a pick a direction, because this could actually consolidate for quite some time, and then if you're buying something for next week or 2 weeks out, you could actually lose money if this thing doesn't move. So that's the only thing about AMD right now. Alex says the 175 call on Facebook is risky. Yeah, but he's got 23 days on it, and he can definitely cut it loose. In the next week, I would say if it doesn't break 170 in the next week, like, cut it loose and take whatever you can get, because obviously that's my opinion. But if the 175 call, it's actually priced not too terribly. It's $1.29, not terrible for 23 days out. So you just gotta be careful with it. What do I think? Cam wants to know what I think of VNDA. So first off, they only have, I feel like I talk about about these all the time, is they only have monthly options, and there's no volume of open interest. So like I was talking about earlier, like one of my criterias for being a profitable trader is what do the options look like? Am I going to be able to sell these to somebody? Like, look at the bid and the ask on these calls here. The ask on the 22 calls is $3 and the bid is $1. Like, that's not good. Like, and then there's no volume here. There's no volume. When I look at volume, I'm looking for like 500 and above, and open interest is not very good either. So for me, I don't even need to look at the chart to see if I want to trade this or not. I would definitely not trade this because it's just going to be go. Easy, thanks for joining. Definitely appreciate you. You join in every day, so you can be afforded to be late, but don't make it an everyday occurrence. I'm just kidding, but so yeah, so options like this, like for being a profitable trader, like if you were to buy something, and let's say you were to buy this $23 call here for October, and you were to get in trouble and you wanted to lower risk in your account, you're going to have to find a mid price, or looks like, you could sell it for 35. So you're instantly going to lose like $60 on this unless you can find a mid price, which is going to be tough since the bid and the ask are so wide. So you're going to lose some cash on this if it doesn't like go crazy. So I won't trade. I actually won't trade stocks like this or options like that. Sorry. But if you want to trade stock, I mean, you might be opportunity on stock here. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough chart. Tough chart to trade here, just kind of floating. So that's a tough one. Christopher says depends on how long you go out on the Facebook call. Yeah, Facebook options are pretty cheap. However, as you can see for Facebook, besides this 200 rip up, like we're going nowhere this year. Like, we started here in the last year at 164 or 166. We've gone nowhere unless besides this. But then they had their earnings bomb. So from 1 year ago, we're like $2, $3. We're a couple dollars ahead. We've gone nowhere. TNDM. So actually, I like TNDM, and I was stupid. I actually had shares at $26, and then I sold them up in this rip here, and definitely regret doing that. I should have long term held that, but the reason why I didn't like it is because it was a penny stock a few months ago. I don't really like trading penny stocks, so I bought it like 26. I went to 52. I mean, you win some, you win some, you lose some. But in terms of the product and what they're doing, I think it's a great company. Their options I don't think are very good, but the stock, I mean, if you want to own stock, they actually added a weeklies here. That's nice. They didn't have weeklies before. However, they're not very heavily traded. You got some open interest, but they're not actively traded, these weeklies. Let's see, probably the monthlies you'd want to do. Monthlies are a little bit better in terms of volume, but still not very good. So I don't think I would trade. If I was going to trade this, I'd probably just buy more stock if it were me. If I wanted to be a long-term investor in TNDM, Tandem Diabetes Care. But I like their product. I'm very familiar with the diabetes industry and all that has to encompass in there. So I definitely like the product that is coming out on the market. It is an amazing run from $2 to $52 in a short amount of time. Definitely getting some bags on that. But in terms of options, I won't be trading it. Starbucks, Easy says Starbucks. Starbucks has actually a nice run here. However, we're back up to where we were, so I don't know if it's I don't know if there's a trade here. The high of the year is 61. We're at 57, so I don't know. I'd like to see it drop and then maybe get in to do some sort of trade. Like if it came back down here to the 40s would be nice. But Starbucks is a slow mover. I don't like to trade it. Cam, you're welcome for the feedback. No worries. Do you think Apple going to bounce up? Matthew wants to know about Apple. So Apple, what I like here is that we're consolidating here. Today is probably a very ugly chart. I actually wasn't watching it today because I wasn't really here at my desk. Yeah, it's ugly today based on that, but I think it's gonna be bouncing around here from the 215s to 220 areas for a little while. Actually, I kind of hope that does before us like next leg up. You know, otherwise it's going to get kind of dicey. If it doesn't consolidate in here, you know, we're at risk of going retracting back down to 190s. You know, so that's what I think. Let's see here. Easy bought the 58 expiration Friday, 20 cents. Turned it. Graph looked good. McDonald's. Hamed says McDonald's call in November. Yeah, McDonald's has actually been having some nice two-sided action here. I actually can't believe it fell from 178 to 146. I mean, that is crazy. That is crazy. I don't know. Does anyone else here trade this? But volatility is relatively low in this right now. McDonald's. Let's see what we're looking here. November. Yeah, you got the 175s for November, only $1.23, so that might not be a bad play. 10 bucks out. However, I would just be a little bit worried. I mean, it looks like it's breaking up above this 165 mark here. Actually close at 165.76. So I'd be a little bit concerned about this area here if we don't get a little rejection. I'd like to see a little pullback before I put some calls in there, but because it looks like this area here, the 170s, we got some trouble here. 165, 170 range, and it just bounced back to the 150s. So, you know, just be careful with it. But it looks like a lowish trade. Thoughts on FireEye? Long out the money calls, Chris. FireEye. I don't know. What's the ticker? I don't know. I don't know. FireEye. I don't know. It's not popping up. Is it one word? Oh, here we go. I actually never heard of this company. I don't know. What do they do? Yeah, FireEye. Okay, looks like they got weeklies. It looks like they got some volume here. I mean, it looks like it trades. I mean, not amazing, but it looks like it's doing some. I mean, we got 500 volume on some of these calls. So, in terms of the chart, it looks like some good two-sided action. And how much are these? Let's see how much these monthlies are. Yeah, I mean, it's a $16 stock. I mean, these are kind of pricey for $16 stock, but if it moves, it looks like we moved here from 15 to 16.50. So yeah, I mean, there's some money there. It looks like FireEye does cybersecurity, so it's like a Palo Alto, they're like firewalls and stuff. The companies that actively trade, I know a lot about their products. So it definitely helps me out. It kind of gives me the edge. And that's kind of the other thing about becoming a profitable trader is trading things that you like and are knowledgeable about. It definitely helps you on the long and the short side in making decisions. And especially if you're like a customer like Apple or Amazon, it definitely helps you. It definitely helps you understand the want and the need for that trade. E-Excellence says, wait for the pullback. If there's no pullback, then don't trade it. Not worth the risk. Yeah. And like what I was telling you guys all last week, is I look for low risk, high reward trades is really what I look for. Is, you know, and that's kind of the thing, that's the reason why I put on, let's say, that Alibaba. That's why I bought an additional put, is because I was looking to lower my risk. But if things go right, I'll reap a high reward. Do you like high Cam says, do you like high IV? So for me, it doesn't really matter if high IV or not IV. You know, I like volatility in the marketplace. I don't like super low volatility because you know, you can't sell premium. And then for buying and selling stuff, I mean, it's cheap, but stocks aren't moving. So like, did anybody here trade in 2017? If you traded all of 2017, you know what I'm talking about. Like, things just kind of, we just went up so slow. You could have got some cheap options, but we were just going up so slow. It was so boring, and I like higher implied volatility. Like right now, I think it's a perfect time. Like some stuff's high, like Tesla, has high IV, and I can sell some credit spreads in there, like I did yesterday, and I made some money today. But there's also getting some good deals, like Alibaba. You can get their IVs under 50, and then you can get some cheap options in there. GS, their options are under 50 as well. They were like 20, so their IV was like 20, so you can get some cheap options in there if you're looking to buy. But then there's also opportunities, like I was saying, like Tesla and other things like that, where implied volatility is higher, where you can sell credit spreads and stuff like that. So that's why I like to mix it for different things. So for me, it doesn't matter. I prefer, to answer your question, I prefer higher implied volatility, because things are going to move, things are going to happen, versus low IV or low volatility we're like dead. We're just kind of figuring out what to do. And it's hard to make money when you trade options, because in options you need large swings in pricing to make money when you're buying, or even when you're selling. Because when you're selling options and IV is low, implied volatility is low, it's going to be hard to get credit spreads or sell options, because you're going to have to get closer to in the money, and then let's say something happens, you could easily lose on that trade. So there's not a win-win scenario for buying or selling options, which I kind of talked about yesterday. Easy says wanted to short SVMK, but it wasn't available. Hey, if you guys are watching this right now, say what up. I want to meet everyone I'm trying to meet all the people that watch, because it's just me here, and I want to see who's on the other end. Definitely helps. I wanted to short SVMK. Well, if it wasn't available, what's SVMK? Is that was that a new IPO today? I heard about that. It was I can't remember. SVMK Inc. Wasn't there another IPO? Eventbrite had an IPO this week, and there was another company. Can't remember. Was it Eventbrite? I don't remember. Anyways, Cam, you're in the tech industry as well. Yeah, I mean, one thing that you like is Palo Alto. And W. I've traded this. They're actually having some very bullish momentum on this. If you guys looking for some, they have options that trade in here. Actually, not that liquid right now, but around earnings time, this thing like before earnings, this thing really gets kind of exciting. So, Easy said, yeah, that's the new IPO today. Okay. Yeah, I think you could have probably bought this. I could have probably bought that SV. What was it? SVMK. Yeah, I think you could have bought this through TD Ameritrade. Actually, through TD Ameritrade. Oh, SurveyMonkey. Yes, SurveyMonkey. Yeah, I saw a push notification. Looks pretty violent on this SVMK. Yeah, probably people made some money and probably people lost some money on this, because I mean, it went up to 20. I think it opened at like 16, or what did it open at here? So it went up to 20, and then closed down at 17, and went to a low of 16. So people made some money and people lost some money. Actually on Thinkorswim TD Ameritrade, they now let you buy IPOs. I get alerts for that if I'm interested in it. But you have to buy them in 100 share lots, which is, I mean, I guess it's fine, but I guess it depends what it is and if you believe in it. So I think that IPOs are a bit risky personally for me. Can you perform a put buy option so we can see the correct way? DJ, can you DJ says, can you perform a put buy option so we can see the correct way to do it? It's very simple. Let's just go to SPY just to make it easy. And this is just any platform. So this is the options chain here. If you want to go to, let's just go to these just so you can kind of see. What you can do is right now, I picked SPY because they're like one of the most liquid options you can trade. As you can see, look at how many contracts are traded here. 17,000, 16,000, almost 8,000 here. Open interest is in the 20 and 50,000s. I mean, this is insane. And then when the market open, usually the bid and ask and the market open is like a penny wide. So you know you're getting a good deal. this thing's actively traded. So, that's why I picked SPY as kind of an example. Right now we got a 3 penny. But if you want to buy, let's say I wanted to buy this 289 put, all I have to do here is click on the ask, buy this for 75, confirm and send it. Put that order in. That works the same as Tastyworks as well. I don't know what you all. Sammy, good luck on your exam, man. Good luck. So we're coming up on 40 minutes. If anybody has any other questions, definitely leave them below. We're going to sign off here in just a few minutes because I don't want these live streams, because people watch these afterwards. I don't want them to be like a 2-hour video, It's probably pretty boring if you're not involved in the conversation. So I definitely appreciate all of you. DJ, do you have to own 100 shares of SPY though? So DJ, when you buy a put outright, you're buying a contract. You could buy that with a cash account. You don't need to buy. You don't have to have 100 shares. Now, what you're thinking of is if you own, let's say I owned 100 shares of SPY, I could actually sell. I can actually sell some calls against it. I can sell some calls against it, so it would be a covered call then. If I was short 100 shares of SPY, so if I had 100 shares short of SPY, I could actually sell a covered put or sell a put and use my shares as collateral. So that's how that works. So yeah, excellent. No, not a problem. I definitely appreciate all of you. Join our options trading group. I'm trying to bring everyone together, trying to meet everybody. The link is below. I'll stress it again. We actually, growing way faster than I thought we were, and I definitely appreciate everyone that's here. So, thank you so much. I will see you all tomorrow.